right, damn bugs. You have a GBA emulator on your phone? Legend of Grimrock. Nice. The Secret of Nim. And the original book that it was based on, Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. Both very good. Ooh, a note. Okay. Stones. Lots of different things. Still need that hub key. Okay. This is, again, obviously this is the way I was supposed to go in the first place, right? That's what you're going to tell me. Yeah, Sega Genesis. Okay. Dear visitor, are you getting frustrated yet? Does an undefeatable foe stand on your way? Stand in my way. Ha! Grammar fail. Can't make heads nor tails of one of my devious riddles? Why not go explore somewhere else for a while and seek new challenges? See if it clears your mind a bit. Perhaps you will find magical artifacts to aid in your quest, or encounter a beast that cleaves your head right off. My bet is on the latter. The Island Master. Yeah, whatever, Chief. Okay. Let me through. Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly right. It's... I mean, because, those are the things that really got me going as a kid in terms of gaming, you know, especially something like the Intellivision, the original Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for Intellivision. Cloudy Mountain, which I played on here several times, and also Treasure of Tarman. Those are both really, really cool games. I think games like Hover Force and games like that, just really cool stuff. Okay, so yes, all I needed to do was go out there, and I didn't. So, good job by me. What is it? There we go. All right. So let me go back up to here and at least enter that dungeon. This definitely looks like, it feels to me like Twigreed Forest and this are sort of like the beginner zones. That's what it feels like to me. It's definitely the zone that they want you to go to if you get stuck, I think. There we go. Really hoping that hub key is here someplace. Oh. Cute. Thanks, Menno. What's up? Happy Halloween, man. How is life, sir? Okay. I don't remember, actually. Oh, shoot. I think so. I think they can. If they have enough of the other stuff to do it. What's up, Dibadoo? I'd prefer not, if you don't mind. I'd prefer to avoid spoilers unless I ask for them. Oh, the Myconids. I was wondering when I was going to deal with these guys. Wow. Where's my antidote? Is it anti-venom? Oh, shoot. God damn it, that was a waste. Yeah, I remember not liking these guys. No problem. Thanks for stopping by, Wavelands. Let's see. Herder's Den. Okay, that's tremendous. Well, it's certainly helping with the mushrooms. I mean, it's certainly helping with the food. So... You got another guy? Oh, hi. I assume you're not subject to poison, right? I'm guessing. Guessing you're not going to be subject to poison. Bought Diablo 2 6 times. I actually broke my Diablo 2 discs. Oh. Oh, man. You suck. Get back here. You absolutely suck. Might as well use this for something. This game is poison. I have to say, these guys are a lot easier than they were in the last game, except for that guy. Yeah, screw off, guy. Whew. Really? Wow. I don't know if these guys are respawning all the time as I'm doing this, or if I'm just gradually clearing them out, but if they're all just going to come to me, those throwing knives suck. Yeah, no, I know they do. I mean, she doesn't... Remember, she's really a firearm specialist, but I'm trying to save the bullets for sort of a later guy, and she also has some cannonballs. Believe me, she's been more than worth her weight, though. I mean... There's no question about that. She's been very much worth it. Yes, there we go. Okay, speaking of that, let's see. Who do I want to have? Let's give him, I think, even more willpower, probably? Let's do that. Okay. Nice. Okay. What's your anti-venom spell? 1 blood drop cap, 1 mud ward. Okay. Healing, 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 healing. Good. Cool. Alright. So let's bring that up there. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Forgot he needs how much? 2... Wait, he needs 1 more? Is that all? Oh, okay. Thought he needed more than that. I always want him to have at least 5 energy potions on hand. There we go. Left your assassin melee build. Alchemist is really great, yeah. You know what? They would be, but the benefit of this, Spongy, is if you look at my Alchemist skill, my Alchemist ability is that as long as she has at least 1 stack of these herbs in her inventory, every step that she takes is sort of like a time marker, and after a certain number of steps, she will grow more of these herbs in her inventory. The crystal flower is very slow, and that's because you can actually make things that permanently increase your stats. So it takes forever for these. But these ones go a lot faster, so actually, as long as you have an alchemist in the party, you can constantly be producing new potions. She's been incredibly valuable. Also, her ability to use bombs, and now I'm starting to put some points into throwing, so I've got 2 points in throwing right now. And I'm building those up. She's maxed out on firearms. Unfortunately, firearms kind of suck in this game, but... Okay, so I haven't had a lot of other guys come in to attack me, which suggests that I may have cleaned a lot of them out. So, and that's good because we're stopping here in a minute. And again, for those of you who like what you see in here, I would certainly appreciate a follow. My name is Arvin Elleron. I play lots of different types of games, but I tend to focus on story and narrative-based games. So... Nice, I don't even know what that opened, but... So I play a lot of sort of the lore-style games. Yes! Anti-venom. Nice. So I play a lot of the lore, you know, RPGs, games like that. And also some action-adventure type games. Heavy armor protection plus 8. That's probably not actually going to be as good. And so, yeah, so if you like the kind of stuff that you're seeing here, then please make sure to follow the stream. I also do interviews with the developers. I'm probably going to have one coming up with folks who did Shadowgate, the Shadowgate remake soon, and I've already interviewed the devs for this game a couple of weeks ago, and a number of others. So we think we have a pretty good community here. If you like what you see in here, please make sure to join up. And at the end of the stream tonight, which will be probably about 10 minutes from now, I'm going to be doing 2 things. First of all, as promised, I'm going to read you guys a little bit of the Eye of Grignir, as appropriate for Halloween horror. And then, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to do a giveaway, and I will give away 2 games. Both of them Penumbra, which is sort of a shocking game, and I think it sort of fits for a game that, you know, for Halloween night, so. Okay, let's see if this is a mimic or not. Thank you, Thorg. Oh my god, is that what it is, dude? Wow. Battle Axe. Damage 10 to 30 plus strength. That would have been nicer a while ago. Mine key, that's cool. And a map. Ooh, a treasure map. Treasure map, treasure map. Does whatever a treasure map does. Okay. That thing is poison. Poison! This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Oh, I don't know. It may need to be added back in, Thor. Go ahead and add it if you want. I don't know why it was taken out. Probably wasn't intentional. Oh my god. This looks like a boss fight. This completely looks like a boss fight. I'm just saying. I know. Oh my god, all of those things I was using were charged? Oh. Oh gosh, I didn't think they were charged. I didn't notice charges. Shoot, man. Oh well. It's what I get for being greedy, I guess. Whatever. I'd do it again. It was still fun. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Boss fight time. Whoa. Gotta get this thing. Yes. Okay, I'm save scumming like a boss. Save scumming like a boss. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Ow. Ow. There's gotta be one left somewhere. I see it. Ow. Oh my god, what? Ow! Oh, keep on moving, keep on rolling, yeah. Roll with the changes. Yeah. All right. That was a cool boss fight. Come on, bro. Ugh. I'm gonna have to run and get all this stuff. Yeah, that's right. Suck it. Yay! All right. Running away, eh? Whew. Nice. Movie style knife to right. Right in the back. That was fun times. Okay. So I've still got to explore this room. That was cool. I was just trying to find that last guy because I figured that he was spawning or whatever and that was going to cause me issues. I had to use a resurrection potion, but I can rebuild that easily. I haven't had to use many of those, so. The problem is the goddamn poison. When you get in those poison clouds. Whoops. Damn it. Alright. Take a potion there too. Okay. I have arrows and like things like strewn all over the place here. What have I got here? A crystal shard of healing. That's nice. Hub key! Yes! Oh, yes. Big time score. That is what I was hoping for. And more fire bombs. I didn't even have to pull out my bombs for that one. Okay, cool. More food. More food. Nice. RVO Speedwagon. Nice. What's up, X? I knew it had to happen. Felt the mushrooms turning. So if you're tired of the same old fungus, oh, have some truffles. Ooh, look at that. I never even had to use my freaking bullets. Oh, well, now look who's getting overloaded. And I know why. Okay. Hey, what's up, Wasabi? Night, Messiah. Power gem. Nice. There we go. I've already got 2 power gems towards the next one. And more importantly, I have the hub key. Well, not more importantly, but... Legend of Killagan. With his skill lost and his crew perished, Killagan had ceased to be a pilot. Alone, hopeless, and utterly lost, he almost ended his life at this spot. But then came the rage, and with it a new purpose for his existence. Revenge. Recipe. Transmuter's Potion. The hell is that? One Mudwort, 1 Falcon Skyer. Okay. Let's try it out. Potion of bear form? Oh, is that polymorph you? Oh, it lets you polymorph. Oh, hell, man. Let's make 4 of those, dude. Let's make, I mean, come on now. Gotta use those for something. Bear form. It's the best thing ever. Oh, it uses mana constantly? Ah, okay. Well. Okay, let's see. I need a healing potion for him. So I need 2 healing potions. Thought so. He needs an energy potion. Okay. So let's take care of that. Energy potion. One of these. Like that. Oh, and I also need to make another resurrection potion. Cool. Alright. Still gives me enough of those. Okay. Resurrection potion to him. Potion to him. This goes to this. And let's see. Now he's got this, 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 this. Can't wait to use that hub key. Cool. Potion of Bartaffy form. It ends when mana reaches 0. So good for your frontline mage. Nice, nice, nice. Although I guess it is actually for my battle mage. Although I guess if it's using mana, it means I can't actually be using spells, right? Like, I mean, because, well, rather spells are going to run out just as fast, right? That's the other problem with this situation. Alright, I still have a crossbow quarrel somewhere because I have 16 of these. Nice. Awesome. You don't need spells when in bear form. Well, I guess that's true. I guess when you're a bear, you don't really need spells. Spells are sort of superfluous at that point. Have you won this whole thing, Dilbadoo? Or Deebadoo, I should say? I keep saying Dilbadoo because I was looking at it wrong. Deebadoo, I apologize. Do you, Nice. I needed that because I just used 2 of those. So you've already won this game, I assume? I love it. If you get a chance to check out, like I said, my channel before, I don't know if you heard when I was talking about it, but I interviewed the developers for this, and I really enjoyed that interview, so if you get a chance, definitely check it out. It is good to fight a boss where you're using a lot of potions when you've got a situation with a boss fight where you can just wander around a bunch of mushroom places. And more bullets. Alright, now we're getting caught back up on the bullet side. With hard, impossible Iron Man with old school mode. Wow. You have my respect, sir. You have my respect. That is impressive. Oh, yeah. I got another skull, and that means his strength is 52. They clearly listened to the people who complained that there weren't enough skulls for the headhunter thing, which I also took in Legend of Grimrock 1. They clearly were like, you will never have to worry about this again. Alright, I'm checking around here because I should have, I think, 16. Whoops. And while I'm at it, I'm also picking up all these freaking mushrooms. It's incredible. I also shot off a bunch of crossbow bolts, and they ought to be here someplace. I think I got all of them back, I think, except one, actually, so. Wow. Holy cow. That is a lot of bullets. Of course, they go very fast, but... I do have a YouTube channel, yes, and it's actually listed right there. That's another way to do it, too. It'll bring you right to it. Either way. And the YouTube channel is where I keep all of my past broadcasts, so feel free. Definitely feel free to check that out. Most of my highlights, like the highlighted stuff, I keep on here. But as far as like past broadcasts and stuff, that is where it is. And yeah, we also have a Steam group as well if you want to join and become part of the community, which I'm proud of. I think I have the best viewers on Twitch, as I've said many times, because I think it's true. All right, well, I don't know where the hell this other thing is, but I'm pretty happy with that overall event. I'd say that went over pretty well. And also, I have a mine key, and that means I can open something here because there was a locked door. I think it was down here. Okay, that's what I thought. Mine key is here. Yeah, Cambridge Bot is back. Whoa. Timepiece. What the hell is this? It's 4 hours before noon. Oh, cool. So now I have a pocket watch. Nice. Okay, here's a crystal. This place is a little bigger than I thought. Oh my goodness, puzzles to do. Alright. Well, you know what, guys? What we're going to do is I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go back to the hub quickly. Now that I have the hub key. And then I'm going to go back in here and we will pick this up the next time that we play. But so let me see if I can do this fast. Hey, what's up, Uncle Stalin? It isn't currently Halloween themed. Well, actually, I did actually read the first part. I did read The Raven, and I'm going to read a little bit of Grignr before I go to bed. Before I take off from the stream. So, hang in there. You will see more. Okay. Wait. First of all, I missed that the first time. Secondly... I put that in the wrong place. Teleporter to the hub is here. There's the teleporter to the hub. Okay. Spooky, scary skeletons. Zap. Alright. Now I've got a way to get to the Keelbreach Bog. And Shipwreck Beach. And not Hamlet of Stormbreach yet. That's the last zone I haven't done a lot with. And the cemetery. Oh, wow. That's... okay, that's really kind of coalescing it. Nice. Okay, now, let's see. Let's give this to you. And... time to put away some of the things. So again, we're going to drop... stuff that we do not need. Which is going to be a lot of this stuff. Any of this stuff that we don't need, this stuff is going away and it goes into storage. And I have a couple of sacks for that very purpose. Okay. And don't need this. Okay. And I don't need all of those. Another sack for you to put things in. I like to think that I'm building this up for an adventurer who comes after me. You know, someone else who comes to the island. And they can be like, man, this is really hard. How am I going to... oh my god! That is what I imagine in my mind is actually happening. Okay, and that one. Okay, so that will give me a chance to carry that stuff that he finds. And that means I can pick up this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay. And that means now we can drop that on the ground and drop that on the ground. Excellent. Oh my god. I'm the only stream that you follow that's streaming? Yeah, it's because it's late. But not for much longer. You know, I'm actually going to put this in here because it's occupying space in my regular inventory that I don't need to occupy. Okay. So let's see. Let's give you put that there. Excellent. All right. So that leaves you 42 out of 60, 148 out of 171. You. Okay, that leaves that with that. And you have your shuriken, which you will have on you, but you can give over to him if necessary. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right. Now we save that in the hub. Now we get back to exactly... Let's delete that. We go back to exactly where we were, and then we're going to stop. And... that's the one I want. Keel breach bog. There we go, up the ladder. Hey, what's up, Parker? Parker, next show is getting taped on Tuesday. So we will have a new show to you to do your masterwork with probably Thursday or so, maybe Friday at the latest. So just letting you know. Alright. Now let's get back to where we were. To the way we were. Okay. Save. In the bog. Yes. Okay, cool. Alright, let's take a look at our statistics. So, according to this, we're now up to 26 hours. I think Steam has me at like 29 hours. 35 out of 77 secrets found. So, we're closing in on halfway through of the number of secrets. 353 monsters killed. 1,424 items found. 5 out of 17 epic items found. 14 out of 20 power gems found, getting there. 3 out of 5 essences found. 4 out of 11 treasures found. 6 skulls found. 0 fish caught. 19 out of 34 levels visited. 4 gold keys used. 27,912 tiles walked. 897 tiles dived. 6 times fallen into a pit. 200 doesn't. It's like an intentional walk statistic. It doesn't tell you how many times you meant to do that. 268 ladders climbed. 1,067 melee attacks performed, 436 throwing attacks performed, 878 missile attacks performed, 305 firearm attacks performed, 3 unarmed attacks performed, 61 special attacks performed, 817 spells cast, 154 potions mixed, and 0 times polymorphed because I have not used that potion yet. All right. There we go. Good times, folks. Good times. Okay, so let me give you guys a little bit of a There we go. All right, so let me give you guys a little bit of a flavor for this one thing I promised I was going to read you. I'm just going to read you a little bit because I need to do this giveaway and then, you know, get moving on out here. But I wanted to do this first. So I told you that I gave you a spooky story, so I read The Raven at the beginning. Here's a little bit of the worst ever, and I mean literally the worst ever. In fact, I'm going to bookmark this right now. You just don't want to lose this. The worst ever story ever written. Novel ever written. Okay? A novel ever written. Here we go. The Eye of Argon by Jim Theis. And I think for sort of maximum effect here, what I need to do actually is I need to pop this up on the screen. So give me a second here, because I think you need to be able to read it as well. Like you need to be able to see the glory that is the punctuation of this thing also. Okay. All right. Here we go, folks. Here it is. The Eye of Argon. The weather-beaten trail wound ahead into the dust-racked climes of the barren land which dominates large portions of the Norgolian Empire. Age-worn hoofprints smothered by the sifting sands of time shone dully against the dust-splattered crust of earth. The tireless sun cast its parching rays of incandescence from overhead, halfway through its daily revolution. Small rodents scampered about, occupying themselves in the daily accomplishments of their dismal lives. Dust sprayed over 3 heaving mounts in blinding clouds, while they bore the burdensome cargoes of their struggling overseers. "Prepare to embrace your creators in the Stygian haunts of hell, barbarian," gasped the first soldier. "Only after you have kissed the fleeting stead of death, wretch," returned Grignr. A sweeping blade of flashing steel riveted from the massive barbarian's hide enameled shield as his rippling right arm thrust forth, sending a steel-shod blade to the hilt into the soldier's vital organs. The disemboweled mercenary crumpled from his saddle and sank to the clouded sward, sprinkling the parched dust with crimson droplets of escaping life fluid. The enthused barbarian swiveled about, his shock of fiery red hair tossing robustly in the humid air currents as he faced the attack of the defeated soldier's fellow in arms. "Damn you, barbarian!" shrieked the soldier as he observed his comrade in death. A gleaming scimitar smote a heavy blow against the renegade's spiked helmet, bringing a heavy cloud over the accordion's misting brain. Shaking off the effects of the pounding blow to his head, Grignr brought down his scarlet-streaked edge against the soldier's crudely forged hauberk, clanging harmlessly to the left side of his opponent. The soldier's steed whinnied as he directed the horse back from the driving blade of the barbarian. Grignr leashed his mount forward as the hoarsely piercing battle cry of his wilderness-bred race resounded from his grinding lungs. A twirling blade bounced harmlessly from the mighty thief's buckler as his rolling right arm cleft upwards, sending a foot of blinding steel ripping through the Cimmerian's exposed gullet. A gasping gurgle from the soldier's writhing mouth as he tumbled to the golden sand at his feet and wormed agonizingly in his deathbed. Grignr's emerald-green orbs glared lustfully at the wallowing soldier struggling before his chestnut-swirled mount. His scowling voice reverberated over the dying form in a tone of mocking mirth. "You city-bred dogs should learn not to antagonize your better." Reining his weary mount ahead, Grignr resumed his journey to the Norgolian city of Gorzam, hoping to discover wine, women, and adventure to boil the wild blood coursing through his savage veins. The trek to Gorzam was forced upon Grignr when the soldiers of Grin were leashed upon him by a faithless concubine he had wooed. His scandalous activities throughout the Cimmerian city had unleashed throngs of havoc among its refined patricians, leading them to tack a heavy reward over his head. He had barely managed to escape through the back entrance of the inn he had been guzzling in, as a squad of soldiers pounced upon him. After spilling a spout of blood from the leader of the mercenaries as he dismembered one of the officer's arms, he retreated to his mount to make his way towards Gorzam, rumored to contain hordes of plunder, and many young wenches for any man who has the backbone to wrest them away. Okay, you guys want one more? One more chapter of this glory? You guys want one more chapter of the adventures of Grignr? What's up, IK? What's going on, man? What's up, money? No, that was not me. That's funny, though. Hordes of Blunder. Want one more chapter? Okay, what's up, Joykilla? Okay. Arriving after dusk in Gorzum. What's up, God No Game? Arriving after dusk in Gorzum, Grignir descended down a dismal alley, reining his horse before a beaten tavern. The red-haired giant strode into the dimly lit hostelry reeking of foul odors and cheap wine. The air was heavy with choking fumes spewing from smoldering torches, encased within Thedan's earth-packed walls. Tables were clustered with groups of drunken thieves and cutthroats tossing dice or making love to willing prostitutes. Eyeing a slender female crouched alone at a nearby bench, Grignir advanced, wishing to wholesomely occupy his time. The flickering torches cast weird shafts of luminescence dancing over the half-naked harlot of his choice, her stringy orchid twines of hair swaying gracefully over the lithe, opaque nose as she raised a half-drained mug to her pale red lips. Glancing upward, the alluring complexion noted the stalwart giant as he rapidly approached. A faint glimmer sparked from the pair of deep blue ovals of the amorous female as she motioned toward Grignir, enticing him to join her. The barbarian seated himself upon a stool at the wench's side, exposing his body, naked save for a loincloth, brandishing a long steel broadsword, an iron-spiraled battle helmet, and a thick leather sandals to her unobstructed view. "Thou hast need to occupy your time, barbarian?" questioned the female. "Only if something worth offering is within my reach," stated Grignir, as his hands crept to embrace the tempting female who welcomed them with open willingness. "From where do you come, barbarian, and by what are you called?" gasped the complying wench, as Grignir smothered her lips with the blazing touch of his flaming mouth. The engrossed titan ignored the queries of the inquisitive female, pulling her towards him and crushing her sagging nipples to his yearning chest. Without struggle she gave in, winding her soft arms around the harshly bronzed hide of Grignir-corded shoulder blades as his calloused hands caressed her firm protruding busts. "You make love well, wench," admitted Grignir, as he reached for the vessel of potent wine his charge had been quaffing. A flying foot caught the mug Grignir had taken hold of, sending its blood-red contents sloshing over a flickering crescent, leashing tugs of bright orange flame to the foot-trodden floor. "Remove yourself, sirrah, the wench belongs to me," blabbered a drunken soldier, too far consumed by the influences of his virile brew to take note of the superior size of his adversary. Grignir lithely bounded from the startled female, his face lit up to an ashen-red ferocity, and eyes locked in a searing feral blaze toward the swaying soldier. "To hell with you, braggart!" bellowed the angered accordion as he hefted his finely honed broadsword. The staggering soldier clumsily reached toward the pommel of his dangling sword, but before his hands ever touched the oaken hilt, a silvered flash was slicing the heavy air. The thews of the savage's lashing right arm bulged from the glistening bronzed hide as his blade bit deeply into the soldier's neck, loping off the confused head of his senseless tormentor. With a nauseating thud, the severed oval toppled to the floor as the segregated torso of Grignir's bovine antagonist swayed, then collapsed in a pool of swirled crimson. In the confusion, the soldier's fellows confronted Grignir with unsheathed cutlasses, directed toward the latter's scowling makeup. "The slut should have picked his quarry more carefully," roared the victor in a mocking baritone growl as he wiped his dripping blade on the prostrate form and returned it to its scabbard. "The fool should have shown more prudence. However, you shall rue your actions while rotting in the pits," stated one of the sprawled soldier's comrades. Grignir's hand began to remove his blade from its leather housing, but retarded the motion in face of the blades waving before his face. "Dismiss your hand from the hilt, barbarian, or you shall find a foot of steel sheathed in your gizzard." Grignir weighed his position, observing his plight, whereupon he took the soldier's advice as the only logical choice. To attempt to hack his way from his present predicament could only warrant certain death. He was of no mind to bring upon his own demise if an alternate path presented itself. The will to necessitate his life forced him to yield to the superior force and homes of a moment of carlessness later upon the part of his captors, in which he could effect a more plausible means of escape. "You may steady your arms. I will go without a struggle." "Your decision is a wise one, yet perhaps you would have been better off had you forced death." The soldier's mouth wrinkled to a sadistic grin of knowing mirth as he prodded his prisoner onto the sword point. After an indiscriminate period of marching through slinking alleyways and dim moonlighted streets, the procession confronted a massive seraglio. The palace area was surrounded by an iron grating with a lush garden upon all sides. The group was admitted through the gilded gateway, and Grigner was led along a stone pathway bordered by plush vegetation lustfully enhanced by the moon's shimmering rays. Upon reaching the palace, the group was granted entrance, and after several minutes of explanation led through several winding corridors to a richly draped chamber. Confronting the group was a short, stocky man seated upon a golden throne. Tapestries of richly draped regal blue silk covered all walls of the chamber, while the steps leading to the throne were plated with sparkling white ivory. The man upon the throne had a naked wench seated at each of his arms, and a trusted advisor seated in back of him. At each corner of the chamber, a guard stood at attention, with upraised pikes supported in their hands, golden chainmail adorning their torsos, and barred helmets emitting scarlet plumes enshrouding their heads. The man rose from his throne to the dais surrounding it. His plush turquoise robe dangled loosely from his chunky frame. The soldiers surrounding Grignir fell to their knees with heads bowed to the stone masonry of the floor and fearful dignity their sovereign, Lage. Explain the purpose of this intrusion upon my chateau. Your serenity, resplendent and noble grandeur, we have brought this yokel before you, the soldier gestured toward Grignir, for the redress of your all-knowing wisdom in judgment regarding his fate. Down on your knees, lout, and pay proper homage to your sovereign, commanded the pudgy noble of Grignir. By the surly beard of Murfrek, Grignir kneels to no man, scowled the massive barbarian. You dare to deal this blasphemous act to me? You are indeed brave, stranger, yet your valor smacks of foolishness. I find you to be the only fool, sitting upon your pompous throne, enhancing the rolling flabs of your belly in the midst of your elaborate luxury and... The soldier standing at Grignir's side smote him heavily in the face with the flat of his sword, cutting short the harsh words and knocking his battered helmet to the masonry with an echoing clang. The paunchy noble's sagging round face flushed suddenly pale, then pastily lit up to a lustrous cherry-red radiance. His lips trembled with malicious rage while emitting a muffled, sibilant gibberish. His sagging flabs rolled like a tub of upset jelly, then compressed as he sucked in his gut in an attempt to conceal his softness. The prince regained his statue, then spoke to the soldiers surrounding Grignir, his face conforming to an ugly expression of sadistic humor. Take this uncouth heathen to the vault of misery, and be sure that his agonies are long and drawn out before death can release him. As you wish, sire. Your command shall be heeded immediately, answered the soldier on the right of Grignir as he stared into the barbarian's seemingly unaffected face. The advisor seated in the back of the noble slowly rose and advanced to the side of his master, motioning the wenches seated at his sides to remove themselves. He lowered his head and whispered to the noble. Eminence, the punishment you have decreed will cause much misery to this scum, yet it will last only a short time, then release him to a land beyond the sufferings of the human body. Why not mellow him in one of the subterranean vaults for a few days, then send him to life labor in one of your buried mines? To one such as he, a life spent in the confinement of the Stygian pits will be an infinitely more appropriate and lasting torture. The noble cupped his drooping double chin in the folds of his briming palm, meditating for a moment upon the rationality of the counselor's words, then raised his shaggy brown eyebrows and turned toward the advisor, eyes aglow. As always, Agafund, you speak with great wisdom. Your words ring of great knowledge concerning the nature of one such as he, saith the king. The noble turned toward the prisoner with a noticeable shimmer reflecting in his frog-like eyes, and his lips contorting to a greasy grin. I have decided to void my previous decree. The prisoner shall be removed to one of the palace's underground vaults. There he shall stay until I have decided that he has sufficiently simmered, whereupon he is to be allowed to spend the remainder of his days at labor in one of my mines. Upon hearing this, Grignir realized that his fate would be far less merciful than death to one such as he, who was used to roaming the countryside at will. A life of confinement would be more than his body and mind could stand up to. This type of life would be immeasurably worse than death. I shall never understand the ways if your twisted civilization. I simply defend my honor and am condemned to life confinement by a pig who sits on his royal ass wooing whores and knows nothing of the affairs of the land he imagines to rule. Lectures Grignir? Enough of this! Away with the slut before I loose my control! Seeing the peril of his position, Grignir searched for an opening. Crushing prudence to the sword, he plowed into the soldier at his left arm, taking hold of his sword, and bounding to the dais supporting the prince before the startled guards could regain their composure. Agafund leaped Grignir and his sire, but found a sword blade permeating the length of his ribs before he could loose his weapon. The counselor slumped to his knees as Grignir slid his crimson braid from Agafund's ribcage. The fat prince stood undulating in insurmountable fear before the edge of the fiery-maned comet, his flabs of jellied blubber pulsating to and fro in ripples of flowing terror. "Where is your wisdom and power now, your majesty?" growled Grignir. The prince went rigid as Grigner discerned him glazing over his shoulder. He swerved to note the cause of the noble's attention, raised his sword over his head, and prepared to leash a vicious downward cleft, but fell short as the haft of a steel-rimed pike clashed against his unguarded skull. Then blackness and solitude, silence enshrouding and ever peaceful, reigned supreme. Before me, sirrah, before me as always. Ha, 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 nobly cackled. That, Shadowed, that, ladies and gentlemen, was chapters 1 and 2 of Eye of Argon by John Thies, widely considered to be the worst book ever written in fantasy or science fiction. There's much more of it. I'm not going to read it now. Maybe we'll read it at some other time, but I've read you part of it because it is exactly suitable for Halloween. Exactly. Horrifying. Horrifying. Yes, exactly. Oh, good times, good times. Still a better love story than Twilight. Oh God, that book, that so precious. I love everything about everything relating to that. Oh goodness. All right, folks. So now we're going to have our giveaway after you've listened to that wonderfulness. Now we're going to have our giveaway. And as I said, tonight we are giving away 2 copies of the game Penumbra. This is Earth Machine. What's up, Kama? I thought it was great. So bad, it's good. So yes. So we are going to give this game away. 2 games, again, courtesy of Earth Machine. Both of them are Penumbra. Yeah, cute, Demiser. Very cute. Very cute. All right, folks. So the first one, I feel like this one has to be it. It's like the bad rats of books, right? All right, if you guys are interested in winning a copy of Penumbra, courtesy of Earth Machine, please type in Grigner. Please watch your spelling, okay? He deserves to have his name spelled right. Please type in the word Grigner. Grigner. If you guys want to win a copy for Grigner. The game is Penumbra. The game is Penumbra, Kilobyte. Game is Penumbra. That's it? Only 2 people want to win this? Really? I thought more people would be interested in that. No kidding, really? Oh, Penumbra. I knew you didn't want to miss it. I mean, you know, if you misspell Grigner's name, do you want Grigner's red rippling arm to simmer through your chest? I have to say that the part where he's like talking about the wench and then, you know, grasps her protruding busts, I was Oh man, I think as I told you guys, Shadowed, you weren't here for this. There's a game at a lot of the conventions I go to where you actually have a group of people. They all sit around in a circle and they start reading it. And the person, so you start reading it, and the minute that you either mispronounce one of his terribly pronounced words or you laugh, then you're out and you have to pass it to the next person. Epic game. Not easy. Not easy. I was fighting with my iPad's autocorrect. Grigner just wants a wench who will understand. That's all he wants. I also loved how much he went into detail about the guy's fat. He's like, the blubber that rolls in waves of the blah, blah, blah. Yes, Parker, that secretly that is my desire. Yes. You have hit on it, sir. You have absolutely hit on it. That is my unspoken wish. Okay. Last call. Last call for Penumbra. Last call. Enter Grigner for a chance to win. Grigner. I love that. By the way, I think that was actually written in 1970. I think that was actually written in 1970. So I'm so jealous. You know, the adjectives, his use of adjectives. The thought of the fact that the inn that he was guzzling in, I mean, and he's very occupied with this notion of eyes as orbs. The emerald orbs, the blue orbs, you know. Not necessarily, Spongy. Nope, not necessarily. Okay. Hacks. Sniped. Grignir rigged the contest. Congratulations, Spongy. So, Spongy, if you, the best way to do this is, first of all, if you haven't followed me, you don't have to follow me, but it's certainly appreciated if you follow me, but you don't have to. Spongy, what you need to do is send me a friend request on Steam. My Steam name is the same as it is here on Twitch, Arvin Eleron. So if you just send me, and you can see the spelling of it obviously all over the page, plus on this thing right over there. So if you send me a last minute upset, if you send me a friend request on Steam to Arvin Eleron, as soon as I get that, I will send you a copy of Penumbra. So congratulations. Okay, second giveaway of the night. Second giveaway is going to be, I'll give Penumbra as one of the options, but just in case, I'll give you guys another choice as well. So Spongy is going to win Penumbra. So again, as soon as I get that friend request from you, I will send it off to you. Second one will be a choice of, let's see. Oh, thanks, Axe. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the prize, though. You don't have to. You can do whatever you like. The second thing is the second gift that we've got here is one of 3 games, and the choices are as follows. Choices are as follows. Choice number 1 is going to be Gun Monkeys. That is a procedurally generated, physics-based online deathmatch platform games. That's choice number 1. Choice number 2 is Cider Arcade, which is like an arcade-type game. And then choice number 3 is the other Penumbra. So choice 1 is Gun Monkeys, choice 2 is Cider Arcade, choice 3 is the other Penumbra. The only one who's not eligible for this second giveaway is Spongy because he just won the first one. So Spongy's not eligible, but everybody else is eligible for either Gun Monkeys, Cider Arcade, or for the second copy of Penumbra. And for this one, let's see. How about... For this one, we'll make it, okay. Orbs, in honor of Grigner. If you are interested in winning either Gun Monkeys, Cider Arcade, or Penumbra, please enter Orbs. And the only one who's not eligible is Spongy. He is the only one not eligible for this one. All right, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to take a look and see who we are going to raid today. Something wrong with this raid today. I don't know what it is. Ah, I know who. I know who we shall raid. Excellent. Cool. All right. I know who we're going to raid. Cider is S-Y-D-E-R. Yeah, thanks, Apples. Cool. All right. All right. So we are going to see. All righty. So, all right, here we go. Last call. Last call, last call. Either Gun Monkeys, Cider Arcade, or Penumbra if you win this one. Only one not eligible is Spongy because he just won the first one. So, up to you guys. Last call, if you are interested in doing it for the glory of Grigner. For the glory of Grigner. And right after that, we will be heading out for a raid. Alrighty, and the winner. Yeah, sorry, Mano. Hacks rig. Hacks and rig together. Congratulations, congratulations with intent. Which one do you want with intent? What's your pleasure, sir? So which one would you like with intent? What's it going to be? And remind me what your Steam name is again with intent. What's your Steam name again? Remind me. What is it? What is it? What is your Steam name and what would you like with intent? What's it going to be? What's it going to be with intent? Gun Monkeys. That's right. Okay, let's make sure that I give that while I'm thinking about that. Okay. Gun Monkeys. And let's see what we got. This is always courtesy of the wonderful viewers. In this case, Earth Machine gave Penumbra. And Gun Monkeys might have come from Glob Monkey, I think. Speaking of which, I have not seen Glob for a while. All right. And there's that. And there's that. And that is now on the way. That is on its way to you. And again, as I said, Spongy, as soon as I get that from you, I will send Penumbra off in your direction. All right, folks. So before we go and do the raid, if you guys have not done this before, the way we do it is we raid this way by typing in the Arvanauts have landed. You can just cut and paste that. And then that last icon, that little shark guy, is Volcania without the period. So you can practice in my chat if you like before we go do this raid. The way that the raids work is when I log off and I say goodbye, you will see the splash screen and then you will hear music. As soon as you hear the music, that's when you head on over. And it's really important, guys. We've done some really great raids in this channel before. So if we can do a really great raid, it's going to make a big difference to the channel that we're raiding and a big difference to us. And the person that we're going to raid tonight actually has this really cool raid response. So you want to follow directions too when you actually get over to that channel. I think you will enjoy that. So, okay, cool, Matt. Yeah, if you're able to do the raid, that would be cool. Before we do that, though, I may or may not be back at you tomorrow night. I don't know. I can't promise. I might give you another cast tomorrow, but if not, then you will definitely see me on Tuesday for my regular day cast for more Legend of Grimrock 2. Then Thursday of next week is is Dungeons & Dragons. We continue with Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. Friday next week is no stream because I'm going to be at World Fantasy Convention in Washington, D.C., so no stream next Friday. So next week is only 2 streams, probably Tuesday and Thursday is what we're looking at for next week. No stream on Friday, and then back to the normal schedule the week after that. Once Legend of Grimrock 2 is finished, then we're going to go on to House of Hell, which is one of the fighting fantasy game books that we have. It's been a while since we've done one of those, so I'm looking forward to that. Then we're going to finish up probably going to finish up my Ultima Underworld run, and then I'm thinking I'm probably going to do a Phoenix Wright, one of the Phoenix Wright games, because I've been looking forward to doing that. And then we'll see where things stand. Dragon Age Inquisition is a possibility. I have Trails of Sky, which Backburner gave me I want to think about. Obviously, Assassin's Creed 4. I have Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed Unity. I have to get through AC4 at some point, so we will see. One of those things will happen as well. Before I send everyone off, let me thank very quickly Demiser, Inam, Lego, Shadowed, and Thork. Thanks for the moderation tonight, guys. Good job to all of you. Also to the gentleman who has left already, but thank you to all of you guys. Always a pleasure to have Apples, IAK, Axeman, Bertasiel, Kamazoots, and all regulars of mine. IAK is a good streamer as well that you guys should definitely be following. Really cool dude. Darkenwolf90, always a pleasure, Darkenwolf. Divinorium, Parker, Franzel, Game Misconduct, Got No Game, Gray, all regulars of mine as well, all really awesome people. Parker's a really good bass player as well, and Gray Dibbick is an awesome Twitter and actor guy, as I've said many times, so definitely check him out. Jasper Kazai has been with me a lot over the last couple weeks. Good to see you again, Jasper. Always a pleasure to have Joy Killer in here, who's also a member of Satobo's crowd, Kale Satobo, who is doing my Icarus game tied into my graphic novel. And let's see. Hold on one second. Hold on. There we go. All right, so thanks to Kanumi, who's one of my regulars now. Kilobyte, of course. Thanks so much, Kill, and thanks so much for working on the splash screen, too. I really appreciate it, man. Laporus Porquitos is an awesome streamer. Love watching his retro streams in particular. You guys should be following him. Matmo, always a pleasure, Matt, who hangs out with a lot of us on a lot of different channels. Good to see you, Matt. Mercurius, Money, Mano, Nogbad, all regulars of mine. Mano, of course, is responsible for the design of this page as well, so he's a good guy, even though he pretends that he isn't when he comes to do a stream. Nogbad, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have Parn121. I haven't seen you for a while in here. Ramier, good to see Ramier as always. Good to see Riverdusk here as well. Arcbound, always a pleasure to have Arcbound in here as well. Spongy Goober, hopefully now you'll be a regular member of the community. Good to see you in here. TNS Mephiston, always a pleasure to have TNS in here. Always a pleasure to have Toto Herbs in here, along with Uncle Stalin, With Intent, all regulars, and of course Anson, who's been doing a lot of following of the Legend of Grimrock stuff. All right, guys, so as I said, right now we're going to be doing a raid. Please remember, do not go doing the raid until you hear the music, okay? So as soon as you hear the music, that is when you are going to raid. We are going to go here. We're going to go to Jack's stream, Jackalfear. So as soon as you guys hear that music, that's when we're going to go do that raid. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Love you all. Best viewers on Twitch. Spread the word. Please let everybody know about the show. Let's keep building the channel. And yeah, have a happy Halloween, everybody. Love you all. Catch you soon. Have a good night.
Fresh and new, when it all seemed clear to you, when your aim was straight and true. Were your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark, content to play your part, open pathways to your heart? Were your life untainted by a host of broken dreams, when all your acts were queens, understood all that it means? Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and you'll is. When will they catch you? All those little things you said. Will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt before, things that shook you to your core, a shattered truth you can ignore. Oh, yes, you're gonna fly away from here when the sky grows more clear and your problems disappear. Drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends where the trouble never ends. And there's always just one more day left to go. And when you've struggled and you keep on falling back, 'cause it's confidence you lack, you try and take a different tack. You can turn and face your demons, or you can give yourself a break. You can go a new direction, life is only what you make. When it comes to your own vision, when you got to